Matty, in the week you talked about a performance from your players. They've given you exactly what you've asked.
Yeah, definitely. I think it probably kind of took a while, which is like a pleasing kind of thing. So we kicked probably position away probably the first kind of 15 minutes where we kind of had probably up front foot ball. But then we just kind of all spoke about it, and the lads must have kind of like had a bit of a chat about it. And we knew if we kind of kept ball and held it and moved it a little bit wider, then obviously the gaps will kind of appear. And those kind of 2-3 tries, I think, just before half time, just showed just the way that we can kind of play. And so, yes, it's exciting and it's great. And I think the second half was one of our probably kind of better kind of second half performances. Obviously, the weather kind of turned a little bit, so it was a little bit wet. But yeah, no, it's good. It's pleasing to see. We wanted a good performance at home, and 45 points against a kind of good side is that kind of performance that we're after.
Just shows, doesn't it, when you look after the ball, when you play with width, like you always talk about every week, then opportunities are going to come up. And, I can't think of many opportunities that you coughed up today.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's maybe one or two in the kind of first half. But that was the same, probably kicking kind of ball away a little bit. But what I was really kind of pleased about was our support play today. I thought our support play and finishing was probably the best that we've kind of seen all season. Guys were making breaks, and when someone kind of made a break, there was 2 or 3 kind of people either inside or outside. And again, we didn't really force the ball as well, which we have kind of done in previous kind of years, and look for like a miracle kind of pass. And we were patient, and yeah, so it was pleasing to see. And obviously the fans kind of enjoyed it because they stuck around and gave the boys a decent kind of applaud at the end of the game, and everyone's kind of happy. And those are great days when it's at your kind of home club and you get to experience that.
I guess as well what's pleasing is how ruthless you were, because in the second half you've conceded no points and you've put tries and points on the board. It shows the hunger that's still within your side, even though we're at the closing stages of the season.
Yeah, and that's is exactly what we kind of said at the kind of pre-game, is that we've done so much work this season since probably June of last year, that we've put so much work in that we don't kind of deserve, because you don't deserve anything in obviously rugby, but you've got to earn the right, and we needed to kind of have that performance to earn the right to kind of stay in second spot. And we don't want to kind of drop to kind of 4th, 5th or 6th kind of thing, because obviously it's so tight at the top. So we had that opportunity to kind of keep second spot, and we wanted to make sure we put that kind of performance in, and we knew that we've got the fitness and we've got the skill levels to be able to maintain that that kind of way that we want to play, and we ended up doing that, so which was great.
I imagine away from Silveroy, obviously Rochdale Crown champions today, you've given them a tough and a long run for their money, but I guess in the end probably the best side has come out on top throughout the whole campaign.
Yeah, exactly. They're an absolute kind of formidable kind of outfit. They've got some good kind of young kind of talent coming through, and they're spearheaded by a really good kind of player coach at 10. We obviously had our kind of chances to kind of try and trace them down and play at their kind of spot, but unfortunately it kind of wasn't to be. But look, you play a league game you play a league competition for a reason, and the best kind of team comes out at the end of the day, and they can show that obviously they dropped a few kind of points, but they were kind of the most consistent out of everyone, and which is fantastic. And I wish them all the best for kind of next season and going forward for their club.
How amazing was the support today? There must have been, 500, 600 inside Silveroy to give your side a farewell in the home league side of things.
Yeah, it was amazing. It's just such a shame that obviously we've had some great weather the last kind of 2 days, and obviously the rain came in overnight, and then this kind of misty drizzle kind of stayed kind of all day, and then obviously second half got a little bit kind of heavier as well. So it's not obviously the sunny kind of Scarborough that what we kind of used to and what we kind of want to play, but there was no wind, which is no wind at Silveroy is absolutely perfect, and it just gives kind of good running rugby no matter kind of what the kind of dropping down and stuff like that. So I thought that was kind of perfect, but the support that we get here at the club is absolutely amazing, and to have kind of 600-700 kind of people kind of week on week out kind of cheering you on, the boys absolutely love it, and we show up for it week in week out.
Back on the road in 2 weeks' time against Bradford Salem, I imagine it's fairly important that you keep this momentum going to have a bit of momentum going to the cup and finish and cement that second place.
Yeah, exactly. It's a goal that the lads are kind of wanting to achieve. I think it's probably up around, I think maybe once we've kind of finished that kind of level at that kind of second place. So to be involved with the club and a team and have a year where you finish the highest that it's ever kind of been a kind of achievable, or equal highest of what it's ever kind of been achieved at the club, it's an amazing feat and something that everyone will kind of remember for kind of years to come. come as well. So the boys have got a chance in doing that, but we've got to put one more kind of performance in against Bradford Salem, and if we can do that, then obviously we come away with that kind of spectacle, and we can celebrate that as a team and celebrate that as a league year.